Hey guys, what's up? I'm Morgan and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad that you are tuned in. Today's video is all about how I use my swimwear brand towards PR boxing, how I utilize influencer marketing, and how I set up the whole brand ambassador program for people to even apply to become a brand ambassador for my new swimwear label. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, make sure that you keep on watching. If you find anything about my content that you happen to like on my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, and hit the like button because it lets me know that you guys are actually enjoying the content that I am producing, and it helps me create more and more content around certain topics. So let's get into this video. So the first topic that we're going to cover in this video is PR boxing. What is PR? PR stands for public relations, and usually when you deal with public relations, you have a company, or you can do it yourself, meaning you are the PR company, and what you're doing is packaging up your new items or packaging up your best sellers into a beautiful package so that you can send it out to influencers or celebrities, or even people that you just want to send out a PR box to. It can be anyone who you feel like fits your brand or that would represent your brand well, and you want to gift them some free items from your label. So when you are dealing with PR and you're trying to figure out who to send PR out to, it's best to really go in and analyze the type of person that you are marketing to, because you don't want to send out a PR package to anyone that is not going to fit into your brand aesthetics or fit into the lifestyle of the brand that you are trying to create. So it just doesn't make sense for you to send out all this beautiful free product that you have created, all of the pieces or whatever it is that you are trying to market. It doesn't make sense to send it out to someone who doesn't even represent your brand or doesn't have the audience that will buy into your brand from their own marketing to their audience. So that's what PR is. This is why you see people getting PR boxes, influencers getting PR boxes left and right, and it's because most of the time these influencers actually have a wide range audience, so that way they are able to market your free products to their audience, and in turn you might gain some of their audience that converts into sales for you, either immediately or in the future, because most of the time it converts into more followers. So that's what public relations really is. It's really about relating to the public through product and through branding. So that's something that is really important, especially when you're growing your brand. I immediately did not go into this when I first launched my brand 2 years ago now. I did send out PR boxes to a couple of girls that I knew would fit into what it was that I was trying to create as far as the lifestyle of my brand. These girls were not like official brand ambassadors, but they were people that I was like, oh my god, this would be so cute on you, so I want to send you out a package, and I did create PR boxes for that reason. Now, the more and more I grew as a brand and a brand owner, I realized that going into PR and going into influencer marketing, it's not something that you need to do immediately, especially if you're trying to figure out the type of girl or guy that is actually buying into your brand. It doesn't make sense to constantly send out free product if your brand is still in that weird phase of trying to collect data from your website and your analytics and everything like that, and you trying to analyze who you're marketing to. It just doesn't make sense to keep on sending out products to people if you don't if yourself as a brand owner don't really know to what extent the type of person that's buying into your brand yet. And that takes a while to develop the data as far as like who is buying into your brand. That might take some time, especially if you're a slower growing brand as opposed to someone who just has a lot of connections and it just takes off. It's going to take a while for you to develop that data. So just be patient and have a little faith, and just keep on doing what you're doing as far as your creative aspects and pushing out your content. Keep doing that, because you will start to get that data one way or another, and it's easier to go into influencer marketing. So now let's move on into this topic of the influencer marketing world. If you don't know what influencer marketing is, it's basically using influencers to market your product. Now, I know it sounds very cut and dry, very basic, but there are a few things that goes into that, and I feel like it's really important, again, to understand which influencers are really going to that are really going to push your product in the right direction, because every influencer is not created equal. And just because someone has a super large platform and a large audience, it doesn't mean that they're able to convert your products that you sent them into sales. Okay, that's not what that means. I've seen this done before, and I see that there are certain companies that use the exact same girls, and those exact same girls might have a large audience, but that doesn't mean that their audience is interested in the product that they are promoting, and therefore they're not that influential, if you catch my drift. So as a new brand, what I have been learning and what I've been seeing a lot of other new brands, and not just in the swimwear market, within just the fashion realm in general, what I've noticed is a lot of new brands, instead of reaching out to those super large influencers, it's better to reach out to micro influencers, because micro influencers actually have a lot of influence when it comes to their audience, because their audience is growing with them at a rapid speed, as opposed to someone who has already had an established audience for quite a long time, and their audience is kind of just there for them and the pictures, because they know that's what they're going to deliver no matter what. So with the new brand, I've been looking more towards micro influencers. I've been looking more towards even girls that have no idea that they will be the perfect person to model for your brand or to do try-on hauls and things like that. Now with me, I have created a brand ambassador application tab on my website, so that is really easy for girls that feel like they fit the aesthetics of Mayhem Swim to just go onto my website and literally click on the brand ambassador tab, and all of the information is there that I would need, or that my team would need, in order to see who you are as an influencer. It's super simple to fill out, and it helps me out a lot, because it helps with the elimination process of having to really scout, you know what I mean? So I've been getting emails now for the last couple of months with girls interested in being brand ambassadors. Now with my brand ambassador program, it works a little different. I'm not just going to send out product to a bunch of people. I am still a small brand, and with me being a small brand, there's still a lot of risk that goes into sales and into financing and things like that. And because you guys know I manufacture my own product, I want to work with girls that I know for a fact is, one, not lazy, two, actually going to show off the product, three, is going to do some sort of Insta story or Instagram post that is set up in a way that is still beautiful, something that I would repost, something that I would add to my page, things like that. And it all goes into, again, aesthetics. I know that word is said a lot and it's kind of thrown around, but you want people that are going to represent your brand. So like I said, for the influencers that I'm looking at right now, they don't even probably know that they're influencers or know that I'm even looking, because I have a list of people that I would follow and reach out to just off of my own merit, just off of my own goals and what I want to see from my brand. So even micro influencers, people with a way smaller audience, but they have been posting and pushing content out left and right. The micro influencers push out more content than these huge influencers. So if you think about it, reaching out to a micro influencer makes more sense, because one, they're going to get the product faster, but also they're going to be more eager to push out the product and work with new brands, because they also see you building up your small brand and their brand building up their influencing campaigns, they're influencing brands, they're building up everything. So it just makes more sense to work with smaller brands when you're a smaller company, because the larger that you get, the influencers have different ways of working with you, and it also might not go according to your budget. Larger influencers have budgets, okay? They want you to pay them a certain amount, and I feel like it's completely fair. You know, that's just the name of the game. You're gonna have to pay, okay? So that's another thing. But the last thing I want to talk about is how reaching out to influencers, or how you should reach out to influencers without getting on their nerves, because nobody wants to be bugged. Nobody wants to really have to deal with crazy amounts of emails from the same brand. So what I would recommend is, one, doing your own research as a brand owner. Go through their page, look at the influencers that you're interested in. Do they even remotely relate to what it is that you're promoting? If you are going through their entire page and there's nothing about your brand that would fit in, they're not the right influencer for you. It's just not going to make sense to even try to contact them. But when you are trying to contact them, usually they will have an email link in their bio on Instagram, or if they're a YouTuber and you want to reach out to a YouTuber influencer that does like try-ons and things like that, usually you just go to their about on their channel page and there should be an email there. You can reach out through that, or you can look through their description boxes, and usually they'll have a PO box. And if they don't have a PO box, all you do is email them and say, hey, I would really love to send you some product. What do you think about this? Do a try on or whatever. And you just kind of go from there and play it by ear, and then get their information, their sizing and all that kind of stuff. And it works out really, really well. Again, with my brand, I will do influencer marketing differently because I am still growing. So I am going to be doing influencer marketing according to season. Okay. In the summer season, spring and summer, I really don't need a lot of influencers to promote my brand, because this tends to be a time where swimwear is automatically being pushed. And because I have good like SEO on the back end, and I have a lot of traffic on my website, and I have a lot of regular customers, I have new customers coming in left and right now, my brand is growing at a beautiful rate. I'm getting sales just from me posting, and me posting content just on my Instagram, my Twitter, on here, right here on YouTube, you know, Facebook. I'm getting that content. So me extending my budget into influencer marketing, for me right now, it doesn't make sense. But for the fall season, when I'm introducing a completely new type of collection, completely different type of aesthetics according to like the vibe or the mood of my brand, I'm definitely going to be utilizing influencer marketing, because it will help push product, but it also helps bring those girls into my brand, and I feel like they will be a perfect fit for my brand now and in the future. So it's really good to build those connections early as you're growing, so people can get more familiar with your brand. So for me, like I said, it's going to be seasonally based. So for all the girls that have been submitting to become a brand ambassador and things like that, I'm not even going to start replying honestly until it gets closer to the fall season, because that's when I'm going to be building out those PR boxes for those type of seasons. And it just, the train, it's just going to make sense to do that. So that is basically how I utilize PR. My tips for reaching out to influencers, my know-how of basically picking out the same type of girls that fit the demographics of your target audience for your brand, and just being smart about utilizing a budget that will go into your influencer marketing and into your PR boxes and things like that. So just keep that in mind. I just want to keep a short and sweet video for today and really go in and talk about this. I get a lot of questions about this as far as like marketing and all that kind of stuff, and so this was just something that I do on my end. Let me know if you guys want to see a video on how I package my products, how I ship them out, all the inserts that I use, and if I was to build a PR box, what type of PR box would I build? If you guys are interested in something like that, just let me know down below, and I will be sure to film that video immediately, because you know I love y'all and I'll be listening to y'all. But anyway, make sure you guys give this a big thumbs up. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if you are interested in following this channel and this content. I would really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one.